Guys, it's been a while, hasn't it? Alright, I just came back from Iowa/Nebraska visiting friends and family, and it came to my attention by my good friend Shauna that I have not done a recording with my cooking for a while. Hey, I got a whole 4 people following me. I don't care. As long as you enjoy it, it's good enough for me, right? So I've been looking at some of the Facebook recipes, and I thought, well, keep on posting these recipes because they look really good, but do they actually taste good? So today I'm going to try something new. I haven't done a lot. It's called Southern Hamburger Steaks with onion and mushroom gravy. I've got all the ingredients here. I'm going to, here in a little bit, lay out what we need, how much of it that you need, so we can go step by step and see how it is. And of course, if anybody's noticed, the whole 4 people who do follow me, I am in a new kitchen because I have moved. So things are still somewhat under construction if it looks a little messy. Alright, you guys, I'll get back to you in just a sec. Okay, so as you can see, now as for breadcrumbs, I've got some stuffing left over here that I'm going to make into breadcrumbs. You might as well go cheaper than the more expensive stuff. It's asking for bacon, eggs, beef, salt, pepper, and some, I believe that is garlic powder. There's my flour, and there's my oil, okay? There's more to this ingredient, so you have to be aware of. For your gravy, which is included in this meal, you're going to have butter, onion, your seasoning salt, your fresh garlic, and your mushrooms. Now, just to let you know, stand by here just 1 second. So a couple of hints here that I like to do, which I already know I'm going to want to do the next time I do this recipe, is I'm probably going to use my fresh homemade butter later on. But this is the experiment. We're going to see how this turns out. And I like white onions rather than the yellow onions, but yellow onions are cheaper at this time, and it calls for the white mushrooms, and I've got portobello because, again, the portobellos are cheaper, but I do prefer the taste of the portobello because they are meatier. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stand back and I'm going to do a prep and go along with the instructions here I have in front of me. And I will actually take a picture of those instructions for you so you know exactly what you need to use. And if you're anything like me, more than likely I'll play around. I might add something in. But if you have those in front of you, then just make sure you mark down your changes so you remember later on. My prep done. Like, I just took some pictures of what I had. The only thing I have to say about what I've got up and going is the beef broth. I took some quick pictures of what the directions said on the internet because I printed it out. And it's 3.5 cups. No, just 3 cups of beef broth. And this is going to be for your gravy base. I use what's condensed beef. Infomercial. Hello. Because it lasts longer, and if you don't use it in a lot of recipes, then if you get the liquid form, it could spoil rather quickly. So this way I use what I want when I want to use it, and it doesn't go bad. It's a little bit more expensive, but to me it's worth the money than throwing it out. And I went ahead also, and I did up the bacon, but I'm going to also save the bacon grease. I know that I asked for some vegetable oil or condensed granola oil. Granola, I don't think that's correct. What was it? As I look stupidly at the oils, which I cannot find because, 2 tablespoons vegetable oil or canola oil. You know what I'm saying, right? But I don't like to waste things. I'm going to use some of the bacon grease for this. So I am going to backtrack and watch the video one more time, and then we'll go from there and see how bad we mess this up, right? Okay, just something I want to show you that's kind of funny. We'll move it into the house. This was on here. Look at this. It takes 2 seconds to clean me ever each use, lazy. Really good relationship here, wasn't it? So anyway. I watched the video a couple of times, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do what the video says to do, and I'm going to take pictures as I do it in the first place. Sounds good to me, doesn't it? Or you, me, you. Okay, guys, we've gotten this far, so we've got our hamburger patties ready. I think I made about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them here, and I got my oil is all ready to go. And Doug is bothering me in the background. It's all good. We're gonna go ahead and place it in our greaser. So we're gonna lay everyone out, and we're gonna go ahead and get this nice and fried up.
I'm making roasted garlic, asparagus with Parmesan and lemon.
Sounds good.
I got my garlic prepped over there, chopped up, 3 cloves. Gonna preheat the oven to 400 or 425. I read 2 different recipes. I think I'll go with 400. And I'm looking now for a lemon. About a lemon.
Side
right there. Okay, so I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of this onto the asparagus when I mix in the olive oil and garlic, salt and pepper, and then I'll also take some slices of lemon and bake it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. This is a good tip, and it smells wonderful too. I wash the lemon off first. I'll wash it again because I'm gonna roll it on the counter here, which may or may not be clean. Probably is clean, but so to get more juice out of it, I'm gonna roll it, press it, and you know, I'll try to react to it. But I'll wash that again.
Blooper.
But it squeezes the oils out of the rind too, so it smells really good. But it'll help juice it before I cut it open.
Sidetracked. Is that where the rag goes?
Yeah. So it's easy. Oh, that one.
No.
Yeah, it's just still clean. Those are the dirty ones back there, probably.
Beef is about done over there. I'm setting it to the side on a different plate. We're going to get going on the gravy in just a moment, in which it's going to be your mushrooms, your onion, your minced garlic, butter, salt and pepper, and a little bit more of your seasoning on there. And again, I don't like to waste things, and I'm going to dump out some of the grease from the pan, but I'm going to reuse that pan to make the gravy. So I think I've done on previous things where you put the butter in, let it melt down, add a little bit of your flour in there, go ahead, stir it up till it gets a little bit pasty. Then you're going to add your seasoning, and you're going to add your beef broth. Now, I know that usually I use like a whipping cream or I use the milk when I do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the beef broth and see how it turns out this evening, alright? Stop it, you're jerking down. Okay, guys, so we just finished the meal that I got off of Facebook, and it was pretty good. I mean, actually, it was really good, and we paired it with asparagus, and then we had some cottage cheese on the side, and then, of course, Doug had some leftover mac and cheese I had from the homemade mac and cheese from the other night. That was good. The only thing I can say is that I think on the seasoning salt, it needs to kind of back off from it a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. I mean, do maybe half of what it says on there. See if it comes up. Other than that, it was really good. It was very filling. Maybe when making the hamburger patties, make them a little bit smaller and flatter as well, too, because it's a very filling meal. What's your opinion, Doug?
I thought it was awesome, and the seasoning, I thought you already cut back on it. It was cut back enough, but a little bit more would be okay. The hamburger, it just tastes like we were talking about Salisbury steak, more or less. The mushroom on there was awesome. Mushrooms are great. Such a creamy sauce. It was wonderful. I really liked it. It was filling too, and the cottage cheese paired up well to it. The asparagus, I like the asparagus a lot.
Lemon really
cooked 10
good.
minutes. The lemon on there too. It could have maybe I like crispy asparagus, but it could have cooked maybe a little bit longer.
Did you say you put it on 400, right?
400 degrees for 10 minutes, and I looked at a couple different recipes. One said 425 for 8, one said 400 for 10. Probably could have gone 12 and been okay.
But what did you say about the maple syrup earlier?
I was just thinking that a little side dish of maple syrup would be really good because there's bacon in the hamburger, and the bacon and the maple syrup. The hamburger has the bacon cooked in it, and it has the breadcrumbs and stuff.
Yeah.
I just think a little side dish of maple syrup.
You
cut a piece of cheese. This sounds funny, but cut a piece of the hamburger and dip it a little bit of maple syrup. I think it would be awesome.
I think so too. All right. Peace out. Facebook post.
Dirk and Dabby.
We'll talk to you guys later. See you later, Shauna. Oh, wait, stop.
The hat, though. The hat.
Bloopers.
I'm Dirk.
I'm Dabby.